Chosen one, wake up. They've been watching you for days. A shadow hovers silently in the sky, its metal wings following your steps. But you know what? They are afraid. They fear you waking up, seeing the truth, breaking your chains. This is not a coincidence. You are a threat. The divine spark burning in you is their biggest nightmare, because they know that once you wake up, they cannot stop you anymore. That drone is not just an eye, it is a confession. It is a sign that they cannot silence you, that they cannot prevent you, that you have already won. This is not a warning, this is a call. Stand up. Let those who follow you be afraid, because your time has come. Shout the truth. Break your chains and write 77 in the comments. And remember, the chosen one always wins. The presence in your life has been elusive, slipping through the edges of your awareness, siphoning away what rightfully belongs to you. This isn't merely about possessions. It's the quiet erosion of your energy, the disruption of your peace, the dull ache of something missing without explanation, the exhaustion that lingers no matter how much you rest, the creeping unease when you step through your own door. These are not coincidences. This is not paranoia. An unseen force has been feeding on what you have built, but its time is ending. The truth is unraveling, and soon you will reclaim what has always been yours. The night presses in with an unnatural weight, and a sudden jolt of awareness snaps you awake. The space around you is still, yet the silence feels thick, as if something lingers in the unseen layers of reality. You've noticed it for a while now. The way the atmosphere shifts when you enter a room, the faintest disturbances that logic cannot explain. There is no tangible proof, yet your instincts refuse to be silenced. You are not alone in this space, and you never have been. A single message flashes across your screen, unsigned, unexpected. Look beneath the surface. The familiar objects around you no longer seem neutral. They hold something hidden, something waiting to be revealed. A hand brushes against a forgotten corner, a piece of furniture shifts, and there it is. A mark, deliberate and ancient, carved into the foundation of your sanctuary. This is not a random occurrence. It is the work of something that has claimed access to your space without permission. Reality shudders, the comfort of ignorance shatters, and the deception that has surrounded you for so long begins to fracture. Your thoughts reel back to the signs you dismissed, the heavy fatigue that weighed down your body, the days where your mind felt like it was moving through dense fog, the creative spark that flickered and dimmed for no apparent reason. There were the nights where your dreams felt too real, shadows gliding through your home, silent whispers brushing against the edges of consciousness. Every morning, you woke with a sensation of depletion, your strength siphoned away by something unseen, always at the same unholy hour. Time holds patterns, and this hour is no accident. It arrives without fail, drawing you from sleep with a force you cannot ignore. The world feels thinner, reality less certain, as if something is reaching through the veil. Clues begin falling into place, not through force, but through synchronicities too precise to dismiss. A conversation overheard at the perfect moment, a book offering revelations in lines meant just for you, a stranger recognizing the unseen mark on your wall. The shape of truth begins to emerge, undeniable in its clarity. The place you once called home no longer feels like yours. Something else has embedded itself into its very fabric, altering the energy that once belonged solely to you. The walls feel unfamiliar, the air heavier, charged with an unspoken presence. You hesitate before crossing the threshold, every instinct warning you of the unseen trespasser. Your space has been infiltrated, claimed in ways you never consented to. The evidence is everywhere, from the inexplicable tension in the air to the way visitors shift uneasily, offering half-hearted excuses to leave early. They sense it too. The corruption is not just energetic, it manifests in the physical world. The animals in your care refuse to cross certain boundaries, recoiling from empty spaces as if something lingers beyond human perception. Objects malfunction without cause. Food spoils at unnatural speeds. Plants wither despite your best efforts. These are not mere inconveniences. They are symptoms of an intrusion that has been festering in the background, feeding on what it does not own. But even in the midst of this slow erosion, there is a limit to its reach, a force greater than it stands guard, unseen but unwavering. If you feel the abundance of divine love in your heart, now is the time to share it. You can help spread God's blessings by clicking the super thank you button on YouTube and contributing $20 or more. This divine gift will touch not only your life, but the souls of many through this platform. Each of you has a sacred place in God's grand design, and your generosity will be the fruit of our prayers. Act now. Share your blessings to glorify His kingdom. For you were created to do even greater things in God's loving hands. May God bless you. It takes, but it cannot take everything. It drains, but it cannot fully break you. Something safeguards your essence, ensuring that even as the battle rages, your core remains untouched. This is no accident, no stroke of luck. There is a shield, one that has existed before this invasion began, one that refuses to be breached. The same power that holds the stars in their place, that commands the tides to rise and fall within their boundaries, has placed limits upon this trespasser. Its time is running out. The darkness has overstayed its welcome, and the reclaiming has already begun. The unseen forces that watch over you have never been absent. Their presence reveals itself in the smallest, most unassuming moments. A token from the past appearing exactly when you need it. A book flipping open to words that anchor your spirit. A conversation that delivers a missing piece of truth just as your resolve begins to waver. These are not coincidences. They are the quiet, deliberate moves of a power ensuring that no darkness fully consumes you. The grip of the intruder weakens with every subtle but precise intervention. The cleansing has begun, and with it, resistance intensifies. What once hid in the shadows now moves brazenly, no longer content with silent manipulation. Objects shift before your eyes, things vanish and reappear in places they were never left. Disruptions manifest in critical moments. This is not random chaos. It is a desperate attempt to regain control. The energy predator, sensing its impending defeat, lashes out. It thrives on uncertainty, feeds on doubt, and seeks to dismantle what is being restored. Tension builds in places where there was once ease. Financial burdens arise unexpectedly. Vital connections strain under invisible weight, and emotional turbulence surfaces without logical cause. The true battle is not in the physical realm, but in the space where spirit meets will. The intruder's final, most insidious act is to obstruct the pathways of inner alignment. What once brought clarity now feels empty. The connection that once flowed freely seems severed. Prayer falters, stillness invites unwanted noise, and the messages of higher guidance feel obscured. This is not a loss of faith, but the final attempt to isolate you from the strength that has always sustained you. The darkness reaches its peak, when deliverance is closest, pressing hardest before the break of day. Then, as if by design, understanding emerges from the least expected places. A passing remark from a stranger echoes your experience with eerie precision. A random piece of media articulates a reality you had struggled to name. A dream unveils what was hidden, leaving no doubt in its wake. The final revelation dawns, not of guilt, weakness, or failure, but of why you were targeted in the first place. It was never about punishment. It was about your light, the depth of your perception, the strength of your intuition, the power of your spirit. These are the things that made you a target, and now they are the very things ensuring your liberation. Justice does not come in the way imagination expects. There is no grand confrontation, no spoken accusations, no demand for accountability. A force far greater has already intervened. The tables turn without your hands needing to move them. The thief is undone, not by your retaliation, but by exposure. What was once hidden unravels in plain sight. The lies crumble, the deception loses its power, and those who once remained unaware now see with startling clarity. The network that once enabled the predator's survival no longer provides refuge. Like a blazing sunrise that parts the midnight shadows, our journey of faith unfolds with the promise of new beginnings and divine purpose. In the same way that a well-tended garden flourishes under the loving care of the Creator, each soul is nurtured by the boundless grace of heaven. As the morning dew refreshes the earth, so does the light of truth revive our spirits, awakening us to the eternal blessings that await. The unraveling happens methodically. The false foundation they stood upon begins to erode. Their borrowed power slips away. Their ability to influence collapses. No external force is needed. What they stole was never truly theirs to hold. Without a constant supply, the illusion cannot sustain itself. The downfall is not an act of vengeance, but a natural consequence. And from a distance, you witness it all, not with malice, but with a quiet, unshakable knowing. In the quiet moments of reflection, we observe how the mighty, who once believed themselves invincible, are humbled by the inexorable march of truth. It is not a punishment from above, but rather the gentle yet firm correction of nature's course. Like a tree stripped of its false fruit, their power dwindles, returning to the earth from which it came. This transformation is not wrought by angry retribution, but by the steady, patient unfolding of a divine plan that calls for balance and justice. Friends, take heart in this sacred unfolding, for it is a reminder that all that is built on deceit and temporary gains is destined to crumble. Our lives, blessed by the grace of God, are meant to rise in prosperity and truth. Just as the richest harvest is reaped from the seeds of honest labor and unwavering faith, so too will our spirits flourish when anchored in the eternal light. With every trial, the Lord is guiding us toward a destiny of abundance and joy, a destiny where every step is blessed and every heart sings in the harmony of divine love. Let us not be troubled by the fall of those who have misused their fleeting power. Instead, let us embrace the certainty that every empire built on the sands of false promises is subject to the natural laws of life. Just as the sun reliably rises each morning, dispelling darkness and heralding hope, so does the truth emerge, unstoppable and radiant. In this process, we see the reflection of a higher order, a plan that does not falter, that does not waver, but moves with the precision of a well-orchestrated symphony conducted by the Almighty. As we stand witness to this magnificent display of divine rebalancing, our hearts are filled with an unyielding assurance. We know that no matter how imposing the towers of false power may seem, they are ephemeral compared to the everlasting strength of the Spirit. Each moment of decay is but a stepping stone to the glorious dawn, a prelude to the everlasting triumph of truth. The universe, in its infinite wisdom, has set a course that is unalterable, one that leads all who are faithful toward a destiny rich with promise and light. Beloved, it is time to rise above the illusions that bind us. Open your eyes to the wonders of this world and recognize that every setback, every fall, is an opportunity for rebirth and renewal. Embrace the lessons of the past with gratitude and let them guide you on the path to spiritual enlightenment. In this sacred moment, let us recommit ourselves to living in the light of truth and abundance, trusting that the divine plan is unfolding perfectly in our lives. Our journey is not about revenge or regret, but about the joyful affirmation of life as it was always meant to be. Remember the gentle whispers of hope that stir within our hearts when we stand in the glow of the morning light. They remind us that no matter how dark the night, the promise of dawn is ever near. As the stars fade before the rising sun, so too does every illusory barrier dissolve in the warmth of truth. The lessons of life are written in the language of the cosmos, a language that speaks to us in moments of quiet reflection, urging us to rise above our limitations and embrace the infinite potential bestowed upon us by a loving Creator. In these challenging times, let the wisdom of our forebears and the gentle guidance of the divine fill your soul with strength. The forces that seek to undermine the spirit of truth are but fleeting shadows compared to the radiance of divine light. When you find yourself doubting or weary, look to the heavens and remember that you are a cherished child of the Most High. Your journey, though sometimes fraught with hardship, is paved with the promises of renewal and eternal grace. Trust in the process and let your faith be a beacon for others who wander in search of hope. As we continue along this sacred path, let us celebrate the triumph of truth over falsehood, of light over darkness. Every step taken in faith is a testament to the power of divine love, a love that never falters, a love that restores and redeems. It is in these moments of clarity that we witness the true essence of our being, a spark of divinity that can never be extinguished by the transient woes of the world. The challenges we face are but opportunities to grow stronger in our resolve, to become living testimonies of the transformative power of grace. Consider the mighty rivers that carve through ancient mountains, not by force, but through persistent, gentle flow. In the same manner, the truth flows steadily through our lives, eroding the false edifices built on arrogance and deceit. The currents of divine wisdom carry away all that is unworthy, leaving behind a pure, rejuvenated spirit, ready to embrace the fullness of life. With every ripple, the divine plan is set into motion, guiding us to places of beauty and profound understanding. Such is the nature of a life lived in accordance with heavenly principles. Dear brothers and sisters, may God's peace be upon you today. I am here to remind you of a profound truth. Our existence is grounded in God's divine plan, unshaken by the temporal concerns of the world. As the Bible says, whatever is done in faith will return to God in abundant blessing. Luke 6:38. Like that great oak tree, our roots are deeply rooted in God's universal truth. Every step we take, every stand we take, is secured by His strength. And now, you are being offered the opportunity to be part of that blessing. When you use the Super Thank You button and donate $100, this movement will return to you 100-fold in abundance. Ultimately, the unraveling of borrowed power and crumbling illusions is not a spectacle of sorrow, but a celebration of the inevitable return to what is pure and true. As we stand on the threshold of this new era, let us greet the future with open hearts and unwavering faith. The journey is long, and the road may be winding, but every step is a sacred dance, choreographed by divine wisdom. Embrace the beauty of each moment, and know that in the grand tapestry of existence, every thread is woven with purpose. Walk forward with the assurance that you are divinely guided, and that the light of truth will forever illuminate your path. Take a moment to consider the enduring legacy of faith that has carried countless generations through trials and tribulations. Like the steadfast oak that has withstood the storms of time, our belief in divine providence is unshakable. Every hardship, every moment of despair is but a fleeting season in the grand cycle of existence, replaced by the abundant harvest of joy and fulfillment. The scriptures remind us that what is built on a foundation of truth will stand firm, while that which is founded on false pretenses will inevitably crumble. This eternal principle is at the heart of our journey, a journey that is as old as time, yet forever new in its promise. Imagine a river, clear and pure, cutting through the rugged terrain with unwavering determination. Its waters are not hindered by obstacles, but find a way to flow, nurturing the land and bringing life to everything it touches. In this same way, the light of truth navigates through the complexities of our lives, dispelling the darkness that seeks to obscure our vision. The divine current is relentless, a force that cannot be thwarted by mere mortal schemes. It is a testament to the enduring power of grace, a reminder that every challenge we face is met with the gentle strength of a love that is both patient and infinite. As we reflect on the transient nature of worldly power, let us be mindful of the eternal treasures that lie within. Material wealth and fleeting accolades pale in comparison to the riches of a soul steeped in divine truth. Every sacrifice made in the pursuit of genuine understanding is rewarded with a bounty of spiritual insight, a clarity that transcends the superficial allure of temporary gains. The journey may be arduous at times, but the reward is a life filled with unbounded joy and unshakable peace. Each moment is a precious opportunity to reaffirm our commitment to the path of righteousness, a path illuminated by the constant glow of divine favor. Consider the mighty eagle, soaring high above the tumultuous clouds, its eyes fixed on the horizon of hope. It does not fear the storms, nor is it deterred by the raging winds, for it knows that each gust is but a prelude to the calm and glorious sky that lies beyond. In the same spirit, let us lift our gaze above the trivialities of everyday struggles and fix our eyes on the promise of a brighter tomorrow. The Lord's hand is ever present, guiding us gently through the tempests of life, assuring us that no matter how fierce the gale, our destination is secure in the arms of divine love. Embrace this vision with a heart full of gratitude and let it inspire every step you take. Over the years, many of us have walked the difficult path, burdened by the weight of doubts and fears. Yet, in those moments of deepest darkness, a spark of divine light has always emerged to lead us toward clarity and hope. I have seen the power of faith firsthand, witnessing lives transformed by the simple, unwavering belief in a higher purpose. It is a truth that resonates deep within our souls, a truth that tells us that no matter how insurmountable the obstacles may seem, we are never alone. The Spirit of the Almighty walks with us, guiding us, comforting us, and lifting us up when we falter. This personal journey of renewal is the very essence of what it means to live a life enriched by divine providence. Let us also remember that the crumbling of false power is not an act of divine retribution, but rather a natural course set by the universe itself. It is as if the very fabric of reality is woven with threads of justice and truth, ensuring that every act of deceit is met with its rightful consequence. This is not a harsh judgment, but a merciful correction, a call for us to return to our true selves, to embrace the light that has always been within us. Each collapse of illusory might is a gentle nudge, a reminder that we are meant to stand in the radiant presence of truth and integrity. In acknowledging this profound truth, we open ourselves to the endless blessings that come from living in harmony with the divine order. Now, as you read these words, let your heart be filled with a sense of peace and certainty. Reflect upon the journey that has brought you to this moment, and know that every twist and turn has been part of a grand, orchestrated plan. The fall of the mighty is not a call to despair, but an invitation to awaken to a higher reality, a reality where every soul is cherished and every step is guided by the light of eternal love. This moment is a crossroads, a beautiful intersection of past experiences and future promises, where the seeds of hope are sown for a bountiful tomorrow. Embrace it with an open heart, and let the gentle rhythm of divine grace carry you forward. In closing, let us celebrate the timeless dance of truth and transformation that is the hallmark of our existence. As the false constructs of power crumble and give way to the unyielding force of divine wisdom, we are reminded that our journey is one of perpetual renewal and boundless possibility. Stand firm in your faith, knowing that the road ahead is paved with blessings, and that each moment is an opportunity to experience the profound beauty of a life lived in accordance with divine principles. With every sunrise, may you be reminded of the endless potential that lies within you, and may your spirit soar on the wings of hope, ever guided by the everlasting light of truth. As we contemplate the beauty of a world replete with divine order, let us be grateful for the lessons that each day imparts. The gentle unfolding of life's mysteries reveals that every challenge is an opportunity for growth, every loss a prelude to gain. Our journey is akin to a majestic tapestry, each thread interwoven with the other, forming a picture of sublime artistry and purpose. There is a divine rhythm at work, a harmonious beat that guides the pulse of existence, ensuring that every fall is balanced by an equally magnificent rise. In recognizing this pattern, we find comfort, knowing that our lives are part of a grand design that transcends the limitations of human understanding. Now is the time to share God's blessings. By clicking the super thank you button on YouTube, you can contribute to His plan and be a part of this divine mission with a donation of $100 or more. Every gift reflects God's generosity, and I believe it will return to you exponentially, far beyond your expectations. Remember, His protection and blessing is on your every step and every donation. You become part of His divine plan. You are a strong, radiant being, unshakable as His mighty rock. Witness God's miracles, feel the fruits of your generosity in your soul, and illuminate the world with confidence and courage. Be blessed, and let the light of the Lord guide your path. What was once seen as a liability has now become your greatest strength. The openness that once left you exposed now sharpens into an unshakable force. Awareness deepens, turning intuition into an unerring guide, a silent but powerful shield that no deception can penetrate. What once drained you now fuels your clarity, allowing you to detect distortions before they take shape. The space around you is no longer just a shelter, but an impenetrable stronghold, pulsing with the energy of your own reclamation. Boundaries are no longer things you enforce. They are the very nature of your existence, repelling what does not belong without effort. The transformation extends beyond personal protection. What was once learned through hardship now flows naturally, expanding your perception beyond yourself. The wisdom gained through experience is no longer just a survival tool. It becomes a source of guidance for those still navigating their own trials. You see the signs in others, the silent struggles, the unseen battles, and without force or expectation, you offer clarity, not as a savior, but as a mirror, allowing others to recognize their own power. This was never about loss. It was never about defeat. This was a passage, a sacred refinement, a calling into something greater. You were never meant to remain in a state of defense. You were meant to stand in absolute authority over your own energy, your own existence. What once felt like survival was always initiation. And now, fully awakened, there is no returning to the vulnerability of before. The shift is permanent. The foundation is unbreakable,